Hi everyone, this is David Burns, Product Manager for the Cerberus PRO 922-924 fire alarm portfolio for Siemens Building Technologies. I'm back with another installment in our how-to video series. In the previous video, we talked about the basic operation of the FV922 fire alarm system. Be sure to check it out when you can. In this video, we're going to take the next step by adding voice evacuation. The basic operation is the same. You are all familiar with the Acknowledge button here, which is used to silence the panel buzzer, the Signal Silence button, which is used to turn off the audible evacuation alarms in the building, and the Reset button, which will restore the panel to a normal condition. The Cerberus PRO FV922 fire alarm voice evacuation system utilizes amplifiers to activate speakers instead of horns. The audible evacuation signal is now a pre-recorded message rather than loud horns. In the confusion of an emergency evacuation, voice instructions are much more effective when used to evacuate building occupants. People can easily follow instructions provided in a pre-recorded message. The Cerberus PRO FV922 also provides a capability for live voice paging, which can be used to direct building occupants appropriately as a building emergency evolves. The system is listed for multi-channel emergency evacuation use and is approved for mass notification alerting and convenience paging. The Cerberus PRO FV922 FV924 includes all the same capabilities of the fire-only system. With the voice electronics added, you can have up to 3 main amplifiers for a combined total of 150 watts of amplification. You can have a 4th amplifier, but it is limited as a backup only. The system will support 1-to-1 full redundant backup when the main amplifiers are configured as such, or 3-to-1 backup using the 4th amplifier. Each amplifier will support a single message at one time. You can have one amplifier for multiple paging zones, but they will each hear the same message or recording. The system will support 300 digital messages, including 38 factory default messages and 262 custom messages. A paging microphone and optional selector switches are also available. Both the microphone and optional switches can be installed in a remote voice station. The system will support 1 internal microphone and up to 4 remote microphones per panel. Let's review the operation and usage of the system with actual events. We will consider a couple of different scenarios. First, a typical application with general alarm evacuation. With an active alarm on the panel, the pre-recorded message is playing across all speakers per the configuration parameters of the system.
May I have your attention, please? May I have your attention, please? There has been a fire emergency reported in the building. Please evacuate the building by the nearest exit. Do not use the elevator.
The panel operating unit will display the active alarm as well as the speaker zones which are in use, indicated by the red LED adjacent to each switch. Please remember that these switches are optional but very useful when paging is needed or desired. An important reminder about priorities. MNS has the highest priority, followed by emergency page, manual evacuation, and automatic evacuation in that order. For example, if I'm in the process of making a live page and a fire event is activated, it will not be enunciated until my live voice page is complete. At that time, the evacuation message will be enunciated automatically. If a fire event is active with an evacuation message playing throughout the building, I can override the fire evacuation message by selecting any function with a higher priority, such as MNS or manual evacuation. After I press the emergency page switch, which has a higher priority than automatic evacuation, I press the microphone switch. You saw the pre-announced tone LED followed by the ready to page LED. I then can proceed with my announcement. When I release the microphone switch, the emergency evacuation tone will resume. When the override is complete, the evacuation message will resume automatically. In this configuration, I can select Page to All or Selective Page. Page to All is exactly that. With a single press of the Page to All switch, all speaker zones will be activated and waiting an announcement. With Selective Page, I can choose which specific areas I want to make my announcement. Press Selective Emergency Page, followed by the specific areas I wish to page. I can then proceed with the announcement. At the conclusion of paging, simply press the same selector switch again to clear the manual selection. I can also program a Clear All switch, which, when pressed, will automatically clear any previous selections. Any manual page is always preceded by a configurable pre-announced tone. The LEDs on the microphone here will indicate that the pre-announced tone is playing, followed by the Ready to Page LED. As soon as the Ready to Page LED is on, I can begin the announcement. Another scenario is a selective evacuation, such as a high-rise building with a floor of incident, one floor above and one floor below evacuation sequence. An active alarm will broadcast a pre-recorded evacuation message to the specific floor where the incident has occurred, one floor above and one floor below. All other floors and speaker zones will remain silent or possibly have a separate alert tone. The same rules apply regarding paging and alarm priorities. M&S has the highest priority, followed by emergency page, manual evacuation, and automatic evacuation. Please also remember that the Cerberus PRO FV922 924 is highly configurable, and the configuration can be modified to fit virtually any application or specification. Another feature of the Cerberus PRO voice evacuation system is the capability to program alert messages to activate at the press of a single button. For example, if I want to broadcast a severe weather alert, I can program any of the buttons to automatically activate a pre-recorded message indicating a related condition to any or all areas of the building, advising occupants to shelter in place or other specific instruction.
A severe storm warning has been issued. Seek shelter immediately in the lowest level of the building. Interior hallways or rooms are preferable. Stay away from doors and windows.
Remember, you can have up to 262 custom messages per panel. In addition to the main panel, all paging, manual alarm, and message activation can be done at the remote voice station. The functionality is exactly the same, including the pre-announced tone LED and ready-to-page LED. Simply select the method of paging desired, then key the microphone, and, following the pre-announced tone, you can make your announcement. Similar to the main panel, at the conclusion of your manual page, simply press the same selector switch to clear all manual page options previously selected. Thank you for watching this presentation of the Cerberus PRO How-To video series. We hope this video will help your team effectively operate your Cerberus PRO FV922 924 fire alarm voice evacuation system. Please feel free to reach out with your future fire and life safety needs.
Siemens, ingenuity for life.